Hello and welcome to the daily number workout. Today for fifth grade, we're on the number 63. So let's get started with our word form. 63. And because there's a 3 in the ones place value, it is an odd number. All right, let's go for factors. So 1 times 63, 2 doesn't go in because it's odd. 3 times 21, 4 doesn't go in because it's odd. 5 doesn't go in because it needs to end with a 0 or a 5. 6 doesn't go in because it's odd. 7 goes in 9 times. And the only other number in between 7 and 9 is 8. And 8 doesn't go in because it's odd. So we are done. Let's go on to multiples. So our first multiple of 63 times 1 is 63. Let's go on to all the multiples. 63 times 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. So our second one, 2 of them is 126. 63 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. So we have 189. 63 times 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Drop the 2, carry the 1. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 1 is 25. 252. 63 times 5. 5 times 3 is 15. We drop the 5, carry the 1. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. That would be 315. 63 times 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Drop the 8, carry the 1. 6 times 6 is 36, plus the 1 is 37. 378. 63 times 7. 7 times 3 is 21. Drop the 1, carry the 2. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 2 is 44. So that would be 441. 63 times 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Drop the 4, carry the 2. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 2 is 50. 504. 63 times 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Drop the 7, carry the 2. 9 times 6 is 54, plus 2 is 56. 567. And any number times 10 is that number with a 0 in the ones place. And we are done with multiples. We'll use that in the rest of our work here. So let's move on. So our next category is fractions, percents, and decimals. And ratios. Oops, let's turn that around. All right, so let's do 63 days out of 100 of our daily number workout. And let's look at our factors. So 63 does not go into 100 evenly. 21 does not go into 100 evenly. 9 does not go into 100 evenly. 7 doesn't go into 100 evenly. And 3 does not go into 100 evenly. So we know this is in the lowest term. So we can leave that right where it is. Let's move on to our decimal. So that would be 0 and 63 hundredths. And that is equal to 63%. And in ratio, we would find it looking like this, 63 to 100 or 63 colon 100. And remember, your order might be different than mine. Just check off that you have everything. That's all that matters. All right, let's move on to the next one. And you don't have to write the words fraction, decimal, percents. I just put it out there so that you have that visual. So let's write this in word form, 63 hundredths. So it'd be 63 hundredths. And we write this out every time because you're going to remember that the THS is important when we're talking about partial numbers. Our decimal would be 0 and 63 hundredths. And if we're going to put this in dollar form, we would write $0.63. So that's how we would write it, $0 and 63 cents. There you go. All right, we're done with our partial numbers. Now we're moving on to area and perimeter. So our first one is going to be a 63 by 1. So area equals 63 times 1. That would be width times height, or width times depth or length. You'll see it many different ways. So that would be 63 square units. Our perimeter for this shape would be 63 plus this one, plus 63 on this side, and then plus this side, which is 1. And so we know 2 63s is 126 up at the top of our paper. So 126, 127, 128, 128 units. All right. So you might have it another way, but I'm going to move. Well, let's go ahead and do it all. All right. So then we have a 1 by 63, 1 by 63. And again, it's just changing the order. All right, and then we have a 3 by 21 or a 21 by 3. So we can write it both those ways. So here we go, 21 by 3. And a 3 by 21. And the perimeter, of course, is going to be a lot less because we don't have all 63 squares in a row. So we're cutting down. Whoops, this is a plus sign. Sorry. So 21 plus 21 is 42, plus 6 is 48. Wow, look at that difference. We go from 128 to 48. So that really, you know, we've got ones inside that don't even have any of their edges showing. So if we put it into 3 in a row, so I'm going to just give you an example here. So here's, it's not our 63, but you see if we got 3, that means all these ones here are inside, so they're not on the perimeter at all. So that's why our perimeter starts shrinking, because we've got more inside than lined up all the way out. So if I have all these lined up 1 in a row, then look at the perimeter is going to be a lot more because there's, whoops, let me get this sticking too good for me. So if I have all of this, it's going to be a lot longer. So here we go. Let's do the next one, which would be 7 by 9. 7 by 9. So we're going to do 7 times 9 equals 63. Now we're going to, oh, we forgot to do this one. It's just, all right, now our 7 by 9, here we go. 7 plus 9 plus 7 plus 9. We're just kind of listing them as we go around the shape. So 7 plus 7 is 14. 9 plus 9 is 18. So 14 plus 18 is 32 units. So again, we're really shrinking it down. All right, and then if we flip-flop that, 9 by 7, we have 9 plus 7 plus 9 plus 7 equals the same, because it's just the same numbers. All right, now let's go into our volume which brings in cubes, and I'm just going to put those back up there. So our first one, I'm just drawing it out here, is 63 wide by 1 deep by 1 tall. So that volume is 63 times 1 times 1 equals 63 cubic units. All right, so another way we can write that, we're just going to change up the order. So now we're going to write 1 by 63 by 1 equals 63 cubic units. And then we can write that again as 1 by 1 by 63. All right. And I'm not going to draw them today. It's pretty, well, I'll draw them. I'm just like trying to save time here. 1 by 63 by 1. 1 by 63 by 1. And the other one is a 1 by 1 by 63. So this one's the tall one. There we go. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is a 21 by 3 by 1. So let's see. (21 by 3 by 1). And then we can draw it as a 21 by 1 by 3. So I'm just flip-flopping these two here to get a different view of this same object. So now we're going to take it and we're going to stand it up a little bit. So I'm going to do that right here. So this would be a 21 by 1 by 3. So it's just standing that one on edge, 21 by 1 by 3. All right, then we're going to go into 3 by 21 by 1. 3 by 21 by 1. And then we'll just flip-flop that one. A 3 by 1 by 21. So 3 by 1 by 21. So we're just standing that one up. And then we're going to go into 1 by 3 by 21. 1 by 3 by 21. 1, 3, 21. And then we're going to do a 1 by 21 by 3. One, 21, 3. All right, so that would be 1 by 21 by 3 equals 63 cubic units. All right, last but not least. So we have 6 there, 3 there, 6 of those. Now let's do our 7 by 9 by 1. So that would be 7 by 9 by 1. So again, we're just drawing a rectangular prism to represent it. And that would go into also a 7 by 1 by 9. So that would be a 7 by 1 by 9. 7 by 1 by 9. And then we can do a 9 by 7 by 1. A 9 by 7 by 1. Or a 9 by 1 by 7. You're just checking yours off. And then we have the good old 1 by 9 by 7. 1 by 9 by 7. Okay, and then we have a 1 by 7 by 9. 1 by 7 by 9. Woo! Had a lot for this one. We got them all in. All right. Have a great day.